Hi, I'm Kate and I'm back for another week of getting back into knitting and designing. Turns out I'm back, so that's great news. This week I had a few hefty goals and I'm not sure I made them all come through, but I did something. For this week I wanted to decide on the overall stitch pattern that I would work on the cardigan. I also wanted to determine the shape and I wanted to determine if I had enough yarn, and I want to start knitting. So let's see what happened.
Turns out that the swatch that I showed you, I ended up hating it. So here I am working another swatch without the purl stitches. As a reminder, this is the one I showed you and this is what it turned out. The one that I like, the new one without the purl stitches. I liked it, but honestly I wasn't fully sold. But yeah. So I ended up making another swatch for another stitch, and after finishing it I proceeded to measure the swatches, both the width and the length, and then because I wanted to test if after blocking them it would change a bit or not. So yeah, I did that and then I did the math. I just wrote down the specifications of each of the swatches because I wanted to have all the information before blocking and then after blocking. So that's what I did. I like to do it by hand. I have this notebook for a long time. And then I proceeded to measure the swatches after I blocked them. Well, not measure them, weigh them, to figure out if I had enough yarn to make a sweater, to make the sweater that I wanted. Because I got this yarn a long time ago. I have no idea what kind of yarn this is, so I don't think I could get it anywhere else. So I weighted it and I wrote it down on my notebook as well. And by the way, here you have this second swatch. I also measured it, both the width and the length. I just wanted to have the most accurate information for my sweater, and also I wanted to compare them. The first swatch I was not fully sold on, but it did end up being wider than this one, even though I worked the same amount of stitches. So I wanted to check if the second one that I ended up liking more wouldn't work, if this one would. So yeah. Doing all the math, writing everything down on my notebook because we need to know all the facts. And after doing so, I realized that I have enough yarn to make the cardigan that I want with the second swatch, which I ended up changing later. But yeah, so that's great news. I did have to cut like 4 inches of the length that I wanted, but that's okay. I'm gonna make do and it's going to be roomy and comfy, and I'm so excited.
Actually did pretty good. I decided on the stitch pattern, I started knitting, I did the math for the back, and that's great. I'm knitting directly from the previous sweater. For next week, I think my goal would be to finish the back about a third of the way for the back. I also need to calculate the neckline shaping for the back, and we'll see how that goes. If I finish with the back, I will get started with at least one side of the front, the right or the left one. I will test out the ribbing, and we'll see how that goes. That's it. I'll see you next week. Bye.